These are the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, or at least, this is what we believe them to be. You see, the gardens have been the subject of legend for centuries. Ancient texts tell us that King Nebuchadnezzar II, one of the greatest rulers of Babylon, built them for his queen Amytis to remind her of the green hills and mountains of her homeland. It's a beautiful story, isn't it? A king's love for his queen, expressed through lush gardens that seem to defy the desert itself. But here's the catch. No one knows for sure whether these gardens ever existed in the way the stories describe. Some scholars believe the gardens were a poetic exaggeration. Others argue that the Assyrians, not the Babylonians, built them. And there are even those who claim the gardens might have never existed at all, that they're simply a myth. Here's the strangest part. Despite the grandeur we see today, there is no archaeological evidence, no ruins, no inscriptions that can conclusively prove the gardens were ever here in the form the ancient texts describe. No remnants of the terraces or the advanced irrigation systems that would have been required to sustain such a marvel. It's a mystery that may never be solved. But maybe that's what makes the Hanging Gardens so fascinating. The question of whether they existed or how they looked becomes almost irrelevant. The legend itself endures, and perhaps that's the real wonder, a story that has survived thousands of years, living on in our imaginations. Mincios.